dark and deep woods, teeming wildlife, and wondrous lakes. Welcome to northern Wisconsin, where Amnicon Falls State Park sits. Its 828 acres are nestled along the Amnicon River as it cascades through the park, creating beautiful falls on its way to the greatest of the Great Lakes, Superior. In addition to rustic, secluded camping, Amnicon Falls serves as a great base camp to enjoy the area's many natural wonders. Join us as we explore the park and beyond. And stay to the end and enjoy with us the Great Minnesota Pie Tasting Challenge. This is Site 3, the first one on the left in the single loop and closest to the ranger station and the only flush toilets. All the sites here are primitive, no electric, no water, no generators allowed, no dump station here either. Hopefully our solar panels will keep us going for the 3 nights and 4 days we're going to be here. The site itself is secluded and very, very nice.
We have roses at our campground. How cool is that?
Here's a quick tour of the campground. Not every site, but enough to give you a good idea of what rustic camping here is like. The ranger station is open 24/7 and has a variety of helpful information pieces like the park newspaper and a geology walk brochure, which is actually pretty cool. It also has flush toilets, which were super clean when we were there, but no showers.
Those are nice. Yeah, flush toilets. Don't get any better than that.
Pro tip, Site 3 has a small little pathway directly to the ranger station and the flush toilets.
You finally win!
What do you mean finally?
It's on recorded. He finally wins a game.
The main trailhead for the falls is close to the park entrance, and this is where the geology walk is as well.
This, of course, is the Amnicon River. Flows directly into Lake Superior. Within the park itself, which is only a couple miles, the river falls 180 feet. Hence the creation of the falls through the basalt. So about 1 billion years ago, the earth erupted in this area. I think it's called the Mid-America Fault or something like that. And so around this area, you see a lot of basalt. And when the glaciers melted, kind of created all kinds of rivers, ultimately created Lake Superior, but a lot of water, a lot of erosion of very hard basalt.
The Horton Bridge, named after the inventor, is a unique truss-style bridge that doesn't use bolts or rivets, but uses clamps and hooks. Built in the late 1890s, transported here in 1930 by the Civilian Conservation Corps, and covered in 1939. Cover had to be rebuilt in the 70s because, well, vandals burned it off. Simply follow the trail around. It's only 0.6 of a mile. You'll see Snake Pit Falls and some other interesting features in the park. The other hikes in the park are the connecting Thimbleberry and Snowshoe trails. These start along the Amnicon River from the campground but veer into the woods. The main sight to see is the old quarry where they dug for brownstone, a popular building material before the creation of steel girders. In season, there are also thimbleberries, which are really good, but they weren't in season when we were there.
We just completed the Thimbleberry and the Snowshoe Trail. They were nice. It was about 2 miles, I think. The Thimbleberry Trail, I think, was a little bit nicer. You get more along the river. You get to see the old quarry. The Snowshoe Trail was basically that, a snowshoe trail through the woods. Nice, a little bit overgrown, so we'll be doing a tick check. It's a little bit cold in the North Woods this morning, 44, I think it was when we got up. So we're heading off to Bayfield. We are going to do a boat tour, probably going to freeze our little buddies off, but that's okay.
Just a 90-minute drive from the park, traveling east down Highway 2 and then north on Highway 13 along the Chequamegon Bay, the maritime hamlet of Bayfield is one of the area's most iconic attractions and is the gateway to the Apostle Islands National Lakeshore, one of only 3 national lake shores in the country. Small in size, but big on unforgettable experiences. If you're in this part of the country, Bayfield is, in my opinion, a must-see town along Lake Superior, and the Apostle Island Boat Tour is a must-do freshwater experience. Before our boat tour, let's take a quick look around.
Sinking in, I know this feels right. Catching a breeze, love moving through me like a wildfire, like a wildfire. Hey, I'm never the same.
We're ready for the Apostle Island boat tour. We decided to sit inside because it is cold outside today. Yikes. And it gets colder when you get out farther.
Bring me into golden sunlight. If I'm going with you, I know we'll get to the other side. Sinking in, I know this feels right. Catching a breeze, love moving through me like a wildfire, like a wildfire.
So what do you think?
Very nice.
Yeah, it was a
I'd
nice,
do it again.
nice cruise. The weather turned out to be way better than I was anticipating.
Beautiful blue skies. What did I tell ya?
If you travel westward out of the park, skirting Superior, famous for having docked the Edmund Fitzgerald before its fateful journey, and through Duluth, it's only about an hour along the Lake Superior coastline to Gooseberry Falls and just beyond Split Rock Lighthouse. Again, Amnicon Falls' central location makes this an easy and enjoyable excursion. So relax and enjoy with us the beauty of Superior's western coast.
Just arrived at Gooseberry Falls. Not as crowded. Last time we were here, we couldn't even park with our camper because it was so crowded.
Hear that two-tone humming, headed out to the highway. I should have seen it coming through the years left in the dust. But after all the lessons learned, it would end the both of us. There's a first for everything, like a hand holding mine. Now I'm left here with the pain from her I love you goodbye. And though it hurts to watch my whole world become the woman she would be, the thing that I forgot would set her free. I taught her how to leave.
You alright? That foot? Don't take chances.
18 in the summer, man, it feels like yesterday. When she was looking out that window on the bus to second grade. The first step she'd ever take, the first cut from a heartbreak. Been through it all, but now it's time to go our separate ways. There's a first for everything, like her hand holding mine. Now I'm left here with the pain from her I love you goodbye. And though it hurts to watch my whole world become the woman she would be, the thing that I forgot would set her free.
In spite of the fact that the river wasn't really flowing like it was the last time I was here, Gooseberry Falls is beautiful and definitely worth visiting. The famous Split Rock Lighthouse is just a few minutes north of Gooseberry Falls. Built after a 1905 storm sunk 30 ships and resulted in 36 seamen perishing, it was completed in 1910. If you're interested in Great Lakes maritime history, this is a fantastic place to visit with its museum, lighthouse, and keeper's quarters all available to tour.
Split Rock Lighthouse is pretty cool. They did a marvelous job
Excellent.
of restoring it and keeping it maintained. Best part was that the old wood burning stove had a fire in it, so it was warm, because it's chilly out on that point.
And they were making cookies today.
Yeah.
For the staff, not for the visitors.
Yeah, we got no cookies.
No cookies.
Now we're up for the Great Pie Challenge. There are two famous pie places right off the highway and right on your way to or from Gooseberry Falls and Split Rock Lighthouse. If you're in the area, try one or the other. But you know what? We're in the area and we're going to try both. We'll let you know. Our first stop is the Rustic Inn Cafe, and apparently they're known mostly for their fruit pies. So after looking over the menu, that's what we went for.
So that is what, the apple pecan?
Caramel apple.
Caramel
pecan.
apple pecan.
And this one is the multiple berry.
Multiple berry.
And you had the berry?
I got the North Shore berry, I think they called it. The crust is like it's there and it's not there. It's like perfect. It's oh yeah. So, are we only going to be able to eat half of these before we go to Betty's, or are you going to?
I'm eating the whole thing.
So Pam is actually eating the crust. She never eats the crust. Something about how awful her mother's pie crust was when she was a kid, but she is devouring this.
Our consensus is that the apple caramel and the northern berry are both absolutely fabulous. I have no idea how Betty's is going to outdo those, but we're going to give it a shot.
You're going to do the caramel apple?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
I don't know. I'm thinking about the French silk.
You love French.
Or French blueberry. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a true head-to-head competition. Pam got the caramel what?
Caramel apple.
Caramel apple, and I did get the Great Lakes, which is the combination of the various berries here. The cream pies were calling my name. I really wanted a cream pie, but in order to do a fair comparison, I had to get the same kind of pie twice. Woe is me. Here is the caramel apple. First impression looks quite good. Here is the, let's see if I can open this up. We're in the car because it got cold out.
Well, that looks better than the other one.
That is the Great Lakes, which is all of the various berries. Okay, let's check them out. So I'm detecting that you're contemplating the differences and the similarities.
Other than not having the pecans, I think it's the same pie.
So, other than the fact that the other one was a pecan,
Had pecans
caramel
on top, yeah.
All right, so good.
Very good.
This one, I think I can taste a little bit of the rhubarb, and I really like that. And which is really weird because when I was a kid, my mom told me never to eat the leaves of the rhubarb plant because you'll die. They're poisonous. I don't know if that's true or not, but she told me that because my neighbor used to grow rhubarb.
Overall impression of our pie challenge.
So, they're both spectacular. You can't go wrong. They're really the same price. I think it was like $6.75 a slice, both places. I liked Betty's just a tad more. There was a little bit more rhubarb or berry flavor in there, but that's just personal choice and a guess.
But I like the Rustic Inn because it had the pecans on the caramel apple.
Yeah, the pecans were good
That's what did it
touch.
for me.
Yeah, good touch. Caramel apple with pecans is over the
So
top.
I say Rustic and you say Betty's.
Yep.
So it's still a tie.
Still a tie.
Leave a comment on which is your favorite place, or take the challenge and let us know. Thanks for staying till the end. Please give this video a like and join us on our next adventure. Until then, cheers everyone. Carry on.